Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Quaoar mouse pads, the Neutron, Perseus, and Oceanus. We're going to do a review of all three of these because one of these is a very unique, interesting pad, and two of these are very interesting takes on already existing pads. So let's get started. So first I want to start here with the Neutron Premium. So this is going to be a two-part pad, if that makes any sense. They are releasing a Neutron Essentials and then the Neutron Premium. They're all going to be on Lethal Gaming Gear's store when they do release in America. But the Neutron is the most unique mousepad I've ever used in my life. By far the slowest mousepad I've ever had a chance to use. I had no fun personally using it, but I've been asked by so many people where to get this mousepad from, how can I get it, who makes it, what mousepad is it. This is the Quaoar Neutron. This comes in 490 by 420, I believe, or 490 by 410, something around that sizing. It has an authentic Rogers pour-on base, thin stitched edgings that's under the surface by at least like a millimeter. It's a super high quality mouse pad. It has very high dynamic and static friction. It's to the point where the mouse pretty much doesn't move when you're using standard skates. And there is a break-in period. I'd say that it was way slower when I first got it. And now it's a little bit quicker. It actually feels a little bit more usable, similar to the original GSR if it didn't have any humidity issues. So I will note that it is a bit quicker than I've let on in a couple other videos. But it is still incredibly slow. Like, there's like no play. This is one of the slowest mouse I've ever had used in my life. I do want to talk about the pour-on the mouse pad. Since this is authentic Rogers pour-on, it actually doesn't stick that well on things like wood, on textured wooden surfaces like most desks are made out of. So you will need to use a little bit of water. I would say a light mist of water over your surface to get the mousepad to stick. And if you don't want to do that, then I would kind of stay away from pour-on mousepads in general if you don't have a super smooth desk. For me personally, I didn't have any issues with it sticking to my surface because I use a vinyl wrap on my desk and it holds pour-on pretty well. That's just a little tangent about pour-on. I want to go back to the mousepad. The mousepad comes in a really nice gray color. The Essentials, I believe, is a different color than this one. I'll post pictures on the screen so you can see that. And the dynamic glide, like I said, is very high friction. Like, it is probably the highest friction mousepad I've ever had used in my life. It feels like there's a constant tugging motion on each swipe. It's super unusable for me. Next, I want to go on to the Quaoar Perseus. This is my personal main. This is the mousepad I've put the most amount of hours on. You can even see the waves up here because I got dirty and had to wash it. That is something else to note, is that if you're washing these mousepads, be very careful and be very delicate with them. Because if you scrub too hard like I did, you will have curling, and that's not a good sign. So something to be aware of if you get the mousepad dirty and you need to clean it. Be very delicate with a little bit of water, or even just do the microfiber cloth method that Borgi recommends. But this mousepad became my main. It's the one that was even on my breakdown post on Twitter. If you want to go check that out, breakdown.gg, awesome guy. But this is the mousepad that I personally made at all. This is a 1-to-1 Saturn Pro clone. This is very slow, very controlled, but not as slow as the Neutron. It's much more balanced. It's literally a Saturn Pro 1-to-1 in orange, and it says Perseus in the bottom corner. I do want to note that the logos are stitched on top, so if you do play with mousepads upside down like I do, where I just toss them on my desk, I play up here in this corner a lot, you will be able to feel that. And again, it's all the exact same features. It's under the surface stitching. This one, I believe, is a little bit more under the surface than the... it's slightly raised. It's using the same authentic Rogers pour-on base, and it's just good. It's just a good mouse pad. It's literally a Saturn Pro 2.0, and it's something that I could recommend to literally anybody and their mothers. They are going for $50. That is something to note, that if you're looking between this or the Saturn Pro, it's really just whatever is in stock. Get that. This is so close to the Saturn Pro that I feel like they're the exact same manufacturer, just different colors. And now we're going to go on to the Oceanus Premium. This is going to be the Perseus. I was going to be a little bit quicker on because it's just a Saturn Pro. There's nothing really interesting about it, but it has really high quality, great mouse pad that's orange. But here's the mouse pad I'm going to spend a little bit more time on. So I recently asked Lethal to send out, the Venus Pro so I could compare it to the Oceanus Premium, and I can confidently say these are the exact same mouse pad. But The Oceanus Premium does have a step up. The Venus Pro has a very quick dynamic glide, and the Venus Pro has a very quick dynamic glide, but it's not like very fast. It's more on like the medium balance kind of speed. It's much slower than the Saturn or than the Venus OG. Compare that to the Oceanus Premium, and it feels like a different surface. They're the exact same looking surface visually. Because the Oceanus Premium uses a mid-soft base, it feels so much quicker. I feel like this is what the Venus Pro should have been. A mid-soft base, 3.5mm thickness, 490 by 420. This is probably the best hybrid feeling mousepad I've felt outside of something like the Heian, where it's just, I would say it's closer to an O2 in speed when it comes to the dynamic friction, and it has a very low initial friction, so it takes nothing to get the mouse moving. This has become one of my favorite mousepads over time. I really don't like hybrid mousepads still. I've always been a smooth balance control person. I just got the new Saturn Pro today, and I will be maining that for probably ever. It's such a good mousepad. But this is going to be my favorite mousepad coming from Quaoar, the Oceanus Premium. This feels like what Lethal Gaming Gear should have done with the Venus Pro, but they just didn't, and I really hope with their Venus Pro 2, or V2, whatever it is, they do introduce that multi-hardness system and a thicker base like they did with the Saturn Pro. But the Oceanus Premium has all the exact same quality features. It has under-the-surface stitching, textured surface, so this isn't as smooth as the other two mouse pads. It does have a logo stitched on the top of the surface. Very thin stitching, 490 by 420 Rogers Poron base. It's pretty much bog standard, a high quality mouse pad. You can't really expect much from it. So that should be it. These are all probably, Quaoar is going to like make it big. That's all I gotta say. I've said it before that these are Artisan killers or Lethal Gaming Gear killers, but these are quite literally the greatest mouse pads I've ever seen from a brand I've never heard of. I think Quaoar is a Chinese brand. They are currently selling in Hong Kong and mainland China. That's what they told me. So if you do live in that area, you can go currently buy these. I don't really know where you can buy them, but I'll put a link in the description once I get the answer from Quaoar. These are going to be probably the greatest mouse pads ever. So yeah, that should be it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said, these are really good mouse pads. My favorite one is the Perseus when it comes to like the type of mouse pad I like, but the most high quality mouse pad I feel is the Oceanus Premium, it being a better Venus Pro, and a lot of people liking that Venus texture and that quicker dynamic glide. So that's going to be my recommendation from the three mouse pads. The Neutron, if you really want a mud pad, get it, up to you. But that's going to be all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and I will see you guys in the next one.
When it all comes crashing down.